Hello, my name is Sophie and welcome to today's video. Today, following the new year and my somewhat obsessive compulsion with goal setting, I thought I'd talk you through my goals for 2021. I've also written a blog post with all of my 2021 goals with a bit of a preface, a bit of an introduction thing about how and why I set my goals, why it's important for me and how I do it to make it achievable and kind of long-standing. So I'll probably go into more detail there than I do here, but I'm going to take you through my goals for next year, this year, the next calendar year. So this is my bullet journal, if anyone's interested. It's a Lloyd term 1917. I can never remember if it's 17 or 18. 17. I made a pretty little spread as my like divider between 21 and 22. No, 20 and 21. I've got some glittery stickers and I printed out some pictures that I used in my mood board. I've put my 21 goals at the back of the, like right at the back of the journal, just because I don't know how long this journal is going to last me and I know I'm going to have to transfer these to a new journal when I get it. So I just put them right at the back, so I thought it would be the most accessible. Also, can we just say, there we go, focus. I already got it wrong. Wrote 2020 instead of 2021, so off to a great start. So the way I have categorised my New Year's goals in the few years I've been doing it more routinely, I've split them into three categories. So I've got professional, personal and home. So I've got three categories and each of those have three goals because I like the number 3. It's a nice round number. And then on the other page I have what I've titled other goals because I don't like the phrase bucket list because of its association with death. So starting with the professional goals. My first one is to start my new job. I've not really mentioned it because I don't want to jinx it. I've done a lot of oversharing on social media in the past and I just don't want to do that anymore. So I have actually got a job which I will be starting in early January. But I mean like start my career. I want to be in full-time work, not in education, for the whole year ideally. I really want 2021 to be the year of my career and I didn't realise that rhymed until just then. My second goal is to make a proper portfolio. The thing I have learnt in applying and talking to these people about this job I'm about to start is that I need a more succinct place that's well organised and shows all of my best skills and assets in an easily accessible way. And the last thing on my professional list is to adapt a book into a screenplay. For my dissertation, my master's dissertation, now last year, not quite used to saying that yet, I actually wrote a little screenplay of something. It was related to the diss, it's a long story, but I really enjoyed the format of writing in a screenplay. So I thought as a personal project with like literally no consequences, I'm going to take my favourite book and turn it into a screenplay. Onto the personal category. I've actually kind of got a head start on this one. The first point is to start a bookstagram and get involved with the book community. I love reading. I've properly rediscovered my love for reading and I want to get more involved with it online. So on Christmas Eve I set up a bookstagram. It's called Sophie's Reading. I'll leave a link to it in the description if you would like to follow it. I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed finding new people to follow and talking about my books and thinking of new ways of taking pictures of my books and just feeling more involved with the nerds. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I'm embracing my now Ravenclaw. My second personal goal is to make a cosplay costume. I've been thinking about cosplay for literally years and my sister's really into it and she's incredibly talented. She just gets material, designs a, pattern and sews it and then she has clothes. It's mad. And I don't want to be at that level. I'm not expecting myself to achieve that much this year, but I would like to make my own cosplay costume with a combination of buying some aspects of clothes, maybe buying and adapting some clothes, crafting some accessories or whatever, but making at least one cosplay costume. And then my last personal goal is to get a therapist, because if the last 4 months of this year have taught me anything, it's that my mental state is important and has a massive impact on my life and I need to do something if I want to take control of it. So if you have any advice, please let me know. The whole thing is very overwhelming and very expensive. Thank you, friends. And lastly, moving on to the home category, my first goal is to save money in 3 different categories. The next thing in my home category is wedding related. It's organise our wedding. Having picked a date, when we got engaged in January, the date we'd picked was nearly 3 years away, so being that far in advance there wasn't much we could do because a lot of people don't open their diaries that far, and also we had no idea what we wanted. But I've made a list of things I want to plan for the wedding in 2021, and then I've made a 2022 wedding list. And then my last home goal is actually nothing to do with the home, it is to travel. I'd love to go on an international holiday with my partner. I'd also like to go to Centre Park. And then lastly, again, pandemic allowing, if it's on, I'd love to go to MCM Comic Con again. And as per every video I ever film, my battery light is flashing, so I'm going to try and blitz through my bucket list, not bucket list goals. So the first one is to read 25 books. I'm excited about that one. I just love reading. I love reading. As per 2020, I want to do more writing challenges. I do NaNoWriMo in November, which stands for National Novel Writing Month, and it's an online community of people that try to write 50,000 words in a month. Creative writing is a massive part of what I enjoy as a hobby, but also something I would like to develop professionally in the future. I'd love to get a book published. So I set these little training challenges ahead of NaNoWriMo. So in January I would like to do a 30,000 word writing challenge, in April 35k, July 40k, September 45k, and then November the 50k. In 2020 my partner and I made it a goal to go on a date night every month. We pretty much did. With COVID it was more difficult to what to call a date night and what to not, but we made the effort for 11 out of 12 months. And it was nice, so we want to do it again next year. Another if COVID allows goal, I'd love to find a dance class. I love the Weasley jumpers from Harry Potter, but I've tried to find one with my own initial on it and I can't. So I'm going to knit my own. I'm going to learn to knit a jumper and put my own initial on it. So I want to knit myself a Weasley jumper. This year, if you saw on New Year's Day, I uploaded my 1 second everyday video from 2020, and I want to do that again in 21. I want to cut down on my personal spending. A silly one, really, next, but I want to maintain my dentist and doctor's appointments. My penultimate goal, I actually want to sew more. And then my last goal is to get another tattoo, because it's been a while since I got my last one and I really want more. So that's a kind of COVID allowing and finances allowing goal, but hopefully more tattoos in 2021. So the last thing I wanted to talk about, hopefully I'll get it in before my battery completely dies, is flexibility in goal setting. I'm someone who holds myself to very high standards, so if I don't achieve something, I immediately categorise it as a personal failure, even though that's not always the case. Personal tastes change. Some of my goals for 2020 included website design and learning more intricate photography, and what I realised was that the reason I kept putting off these goals is because I didn't actually want to do them, and that's fine. Changing goals is fine. There's no point working towards something you're no longer passionate about. But the other side of that is giving yourself permission to not blame yourself for things that aren't your fault. We all learned in 2020 that anything can put a spanner in the works, and sometimes it's a pandemic. All my travel goals for 2020 I had to cross off because I couldn't achieve them. Giving yourself the flexibility and acknowledging when personal circumstances and global circumstances change, and that sometimes things aren't achievable and things change. So giving yourself flexibility to change your goals, cross off your goals, accept that not achieving is not always personal responsibility. That's okay. Thank you for watching. I hope you and the ones you love are happy, healthy and staying safe, and I will see you next week with another video. Bye!